The NASCAR Cup Series is a place where drivers compete for points, wins, and glory. But it's also a place where teams are expected to follow the rules or face some serious consequences. To stay competitive and avoid penalties, teams have to be on the lookout for any rule violations. That's where NASCAR inspectors come in. These men and women have one job: make sure that all the cars competing in a race meet certain specifications. So, just what did Kevin Harvick do to get himself into trouble, and how did NASCAR respond? Well, NASCAR issued an L2 level penalty to Kevin Harvick and his number 4 Stewart-Haas Racing Ford team after discovering that the team had modified a single-source supplied part. The violation was discovered when the sanctioned body took the number 6 Ford Mustang to their Research and Development Center following last weekend's Cup Series race at Talladega Superspeedway. The penalties fall under the headings of Sections 14.1 and 14.5 in NASCAR's rulebook. This includes docking 100-point penalties for both Kevin Harvick and his team in their respective points tables. The latest news comes from Fox Sports reporter Bob Pockrass, who claims the part in question is the deck lid. He wrote on Twitter, "It is my understanding that the part in question in the Harvick penalty is the deck lid. It's illegal for teams to add or modify parts like this during a race weekend because they could affect the aerodynamics of a car and give competitors an unfair advantage." I'm sure you're wondering what happened to Harvick's crew chief, Rodney Childers, who just made his 600th Cup Series start. Well, he was fined $100,000 and suspended for the next 4 Cup Series races. Childers will miss the next 4 races at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Homestead Miami Speedway, and Martinsville Speedway. He will be eligible to return for the season finale at Phoenix Raceway on November 6, 2022. Harvick has already been ruled out of the Cup Series playoffs in the first round and will likely end the season in 16th place in the standings. With a deduction of 100 points, he falls from 2,071 to 1,971 points in the 2022 Cup Series points table. Stewart-Haas Racing has not yet released a statement on whether it would appeal the penalty. Kevin Harvick and his number 4 Stewart-Haas Racing was the 3rd team this season to receive L2 level penalties for modification of single-source parts. Brad Keselowski's Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing was the first team to be penalized at Atlanta Motor Speedway in March. And Michael McDowell's Front Row Motorsports also received a similar L2 penalty at Pocono Raceway in July after discovering that the team had modified a single-source supplied part. In addition to the penalties for Harvick's team, NASCAR also announced a penalty to Young Motorsports number 20 team crew chief Andrew Abbott in the Camping World Truck Series for violating NASCAR's member code of conduct. Officials confirmed that he must undergo anger management training to be reinstated. NASCAR officers additionally took Martin Truex Jr.'s number 19 Toyota Camry TRD again to the R&D middle for additional analysis. They didn't announce any penalties for Joe Gibbs Racing. There have been quite a few responses to the penalties on social media within the quick aftermath of the announcement. 2 of the shortest belong to Harvick and Childers. The crew chief of the number 4 workforce retweeted the penalty graphic and easily wrote, "Shocker." Harvick didn't particularly reference the penalty, however, he tweeted out, "Appears unusual," across the identical time that NASCAR introduced the information. Harvick and Childers have been 2 of probably the most vocal folks within the storage all through the 2022 season. They've talked concerning the high quality of elements within the subsequent gen automobile quite a few occasions, particularly within the wake of surprising fires that ruined a number of inventory vehicles. Harvick particularly took time previous to the playoff race at Kansas Speedway to carry court docket with media members for slightly below quarter hour. He defined why he has been so vocal concerning the subsequent gen automobile, and he referred to as for an impartial panel to assist implement security modifications in a well-timed method. NASCAR has a reputation for making things difficult for teams that for various reasons the sanctioning body finds out of line. Harvick's rants last week about the safety of the next-gen car may have been why the number 4 Ford was selected to be taken from Talladega to its North Carolina R&D Center for a deeper inspection. NASCAR maintains that the selection of cars for post-race inspection at the R&D Center is done randomly. Competitors believe there's nothing random about the process. NASCAR President Steve Phelps, after speaking on a Women in Motorsports panel at Charlotte Motor Speedway, said there was nothing punitive in the penalty to the number 4 team. Phelps and NASCAR senior leadership are due to meet with the drivers Saturday before practice at Charlotte. Phelps acknowledged that communication with the drivers can be improved and said NASCAR is open to suggestions on modifications on the car from teams. What do you think of NASCAR's strict actions against Kevin Harvick? Tell us in the comments section. Well, that's it from this video. We sincerely hope that you liked seeing this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you would like to see more of the stuff that we produce. We're so glad to have you here with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.